Pope Francis died early this morning, just a day after he blessed Easter crowds at the Vatican. The Vatican says a pope died of a stroke and irreversible heart failure, leaving millions of Christians around the world brokenhearted and the Catholic Church without a leader. After the Pope's funeral, cardinals will elect a new pope. For now, condolences from world leaders are pouring into the Vatican, including from the United States. President Trump has announced he will go to the funeral. NBC's Melanie Zanona is in Washington with our story.
The mournful sound of St. Peter's bells fills the air as the world processes the passing of Pope Francis on this Easter Monday. The faithful taking part in a rosary this afternoon as his body lies at Casa Santa Marta, his home. His death coming just a day after he greeted throngs in Vatican City, touching millions around the globe. And here in the U.S., Catholic churches across the country holding masses in his honor.
Pope Francis was a determined man. And in my mind, I think he was determined to see Easter.
President Trump meeting the pontiff in 2017, today offering condolences.
He was a good man, worked hard, he loved the world.
Vice President J.D. Vance, a Catholic, met with the Pope before Easter Mass. Today, posting he was happy to see him, though he was very ill. President Biden, only the second Catholic to be president, had a close relationship with Francis. In a statement today, he said, he was unlike any who came before him. Pope Francis will be remembered as one of the most consequential leaders of our time, and I am better for having known him. The Holy See visited the United States in 2015, greeted by President Obama. He was the first pope to address a joint session of Congress.
The land of the free at the home of the brave.
Jorge Mario Bergoglio was first elected pope in 2013. He chose his name after St. Francis of Assisi, who was known for his poverty and humility. Following in his footsteps, Pope Francis earning the nickname the People's Pope.
It's going to be a loss for us. I mean, it's just too hard to explain.
The Holy Father showed to us a father's care, a father's affection, a father's love, especially for those in most need.
President Trump ordering all flags to be flown at half-staff, and in a show of unity, congressional leaders putting their politics aside to remember the life and legacy of Pope Francis. Melanie Zanona, NBC News, Washington.
And you may remember Pope Francis made a stop in the borderland in 2016 and held a mass in Juarez. El Paso Bishop Mark Seitz takes a look back at the memories of his visit.
When he did come, his kindness as I met him at the airport in Juarez and after the Mass, during the Mass, mentioning my name, and as he thanked El Paso for their participation as a sign of the binational reality of our region, that was just overwhelming.
And Pope Francis visited Juarez back in February 2016, and the Mass at the Chamizal was displayed on big screens at the Sun Bowl. Thousands of people were in attendance here on this side of the border.